Keep my intentions focused for Aries. And Aries, you have a new beginning, and it's in the area of your work and job and daily routines. This began at the butt end of last month, the butt end of August. So some of that might be a little bit familiar, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with this. It's new routines. It's new projects. It could be new tasks. Do you have pets in the house? Because it's kind of like this Virgo vibe, because it's your 6th house energy. So 6th house, all about my routines, my pets, but it's also my health, it's healthcare, it's service. Who do you service? What family member? What pet? How do you serve? But it's how you serve those that are close to you, or it could be you getting paid to serve somebody, right? Back in the day for astrology, it would be literally the people who were like the housekeeper, right? The butler, the maid, right? This is back in the day because they were servicing domestic side of life. They were the ones who provided service in the home. So however you do that in your house, that's Virgo, right? Virgo's really good for, I can do the laundry, I can do the ironing, I organize, I clean, like that's Virgo. Something in the home you would want done, and you would even be willing to pay somebody else to do it. Now, because it's part of our job and our everyday routine, we can kind of weave in our professional world into this. Can be professional work. So you may have a new beginning with like a new job at work, or maybe a new side job, or just an add-on. This could also possibly affect coworkers. Okay. But remember, it's new. So I'm going to flip this card over for you. That's an interesting card. Some would look at that and be like, whoa, that's dark energy. Well, let's just go to the astrology, okay? We've got Mars and Aries. So this is actions, the actions you take with your body, right? And this looks like a Dracula image, especially since we've got the bats and we have a full moon there. However, what we are discussing right now isn't a full moon. This is really a new moon, a new beginning energy. So it's a new beginning as far as service and serving somebody else and possibly getting paid to provide that service. And doesn't that service, if you're providing a domestic service, typically require you to be physical in some way? So the body function here that this is showing is interesting. Now, the thing about Dracula, or whatever word you want to use, Count Death, I don't know. The thing that's interesting about this and the physical body is, what did Dracula need? He could only come out at night. Okay, so let's keep this in mind. If we're talking about serving and domestic, or just something at the job and the routine, is it a job that's going to require that you're working in the later evening hours, like after the sun has already set? Maybe even the graveyard shift, like you're doing overnights or something? It's almost like this Piscean energy, because it's like in the hidden. And yeah, Dracula stays hidden during the day. Absolutely. So Mars and the physical body, it's also our actions. And Dracula is quite physical, right? Meaning he's known to like be, indestructible, unbelievable, inhuman strength. And Dracula cannot be killed, supposedly, right? Like just lives on and on, unless he is properly put to death with a dagger through the heart, I believe it is. Like, yeah, I'm not a Dracula aficionado or anything like that. But so yeah, help me below in the comments if there's something here you see and I'm not kidding. What I think is interesting is they're showing one foot sticking out for Dracula. So let me flip this over and analyze this a little more. So he's standing like on one leg almost there. You're not seeing hands, but you're seeing like the actual bat wings here. We also see this very concerned, almost innocent type of worried look on Dracula's face. Now, does that mean that this is the sun rising here? Possibly, because it looks like behind Dracula, it's glowing. Right? See the glow there? I don't know if my lighting is working really well. I tried to fix it from the last videos, but there's a glow. So this looks like this is the sun coming up, and Dracula is now worried. So running out of time. Because if Dracula runs out of, if the sun comes up and shines on Dracula when the light is shown on you, all of a sudden, yeah, it's like, oh no, right? The light will kill Dracula supposedly. So now let's see what it is that we can read more here. We've got the moon. So we've got for planets, right? Our luminaries, the moon and Mars. We also then they're showing the sign of Scorpio energy. So this is deep buried emotions, something from the past. Now, Dracula is known as a blood sucker, energy vampire. And so the body and the working overnights, possibly being an energy drainer. So if you do work overnights, there's something here that's showing, yeah, there's a concern. And the deep buried wounds, the deep buried emotions of the Scorpio energy, it's the healer, actually. The ultimate healer in the Zodiac. So from wounds, right? Dracula literally does create wounds. But the sun coming up, and what's Dracula doing in this picture? Dracula's not moving. Dracula is literally like standing on one foot and not like trying to get the heck out of there. Dracula is allowing the sun to come up and to shine. So it's almost as though Scorpio energy, when we raise our wounds up into the light, healing occurs. And so the cycle ends, right? When the light comes up, it's almost like Dracula has chosen to end a cycle, chosen to let the light shine on him, allowing the light to shine on the physical body. Because at the end of the day, there's typically vulnerabilities when we talk about wounds. It's like things that we don't want to talk about. Okay. Work with the body. There is a new beginning, and it's showing in this card that new beginning happens when we are willing to show our vulnerabilities and to say, hey, I'm worn out, or I'm run down, or I have these things from my past that I'm processing and working through. So that's your first card, Aries. So below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.